Hello and welcome back. Today I have a new ink to review. It's called Scarlet Metropolis. It's by Ferris Wheel Press, and this is their collab with Superman. It's one of their licensed products. This comes in a beautiful box. So if you like the artwork and you like the ink, if you like Superman, if you like fountain pens, this is a really good one to get. I did buy a smaller bottle of this originally, just a little tiny, almost bigger than a sample. I think it's like 10 mils. But I wanted a really nice red, and this one, there was something about it that was special. So I went ahead and got the larger bottle. And what I may do is use the smaller bottle to take with me. That way, if it gets lost or spilled, you know, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that's the box that it comes in. We'll set that aside. And this comes in one of these different shaped bottles. It's not their typical round bottles. And I noticed that they use this for their calligraphy inks as well. So what I'm going to do is get the shimmers. There's some shimmer in here. I'm going to get that knocked down real quick. And what we'll do is use my little stirrer. It's like a stir plate or something, I think is what it's called. And we'll use that to stir the ink so I don't have to keep putting the lid on and shaking it in between each one. It saves us a little bit of time. We're going to do a swatch card here. And let me grab the stir plate. Okay, so that's what this looks like. I think I left a link in the video for this in case you want one of these. They're not too expensive, but you only need one, and then you just buy the little magnets that go in the bottles. And what I'm deciding to do for now anyway is on the shimmer inks, I'll put a magnet in the bottle and just leave it in there, because you can fish it out. You just get another magnet and drag it out, or put like a metal rod down there and pull it out. But you know, then I have to, I don't know, if I run out of these I might do that, but I have a whole little baggie of these, and they cost very, like a few cents a piece. They're very, very cheap. So this is my plan for now, and it might change in the future. I'll let you know if that happens. So basically, we've got that cap off. Take this little stir rod, and these come in different sizes, but I bought this small one so it would fit in the small bottle, because the small bottles have a very small base. So we'll stick that in there like that, put it on here, and we're going to turn this on, and it should start to, yep, there it goes. It's starting to mix up. Let's see if I can get that closer. Hopefully this is entertaining for you, because this is certainly pretty entertaining for me. And if I turn this knob, it goes faster. See, we got a little whirlwind going there. All right, so that should be well mixed. Let me move this aside. And then I can just turn it off in between, so it doesn't, so I don't hit the stir rod. So we'll stick that in there. And this is a really, really pretty red. Really deep red. Look how pretty that is. I find that with reds, depending on how dark the red is or what undertones or whatever has, it looks completely different. And of course that's obvious because, you know, that's true for any color. But with the reds, they always seem to be a little bit on the orange side. And this one, it didn't seem to do that. Like I didn't think orange when I saw it. So hopefully that's the case, because I really liked this one. And let me tap. And I don't usually use reds. I don't have a whole lot of them. Let's see here. Scarlet Metropolis. I'm getting tired. I don't want to misspell it. Let me move this out of the way so I can write without spelling. There we go. This is Ferris Wheel Press. Sometimes when I get tired, I just can't seem to spell common words anymore. All right, we'll rinse this out. It's almost like my brain just kind of shuts off and leaves me behind. Very inconvenient. All right, so this is how this looks so far. And we'll let the ink pool on one side a little bit to see maybe if there's any shading or anything. I don't know for sure. We'll give that a minute and we'll look at that when it's dry. So far it's very nice looking. There we go. And I'll move this back in frame so you can see it. Hopefully the camera can pick all this up. And then what I do is I test this on 3 kinds of paper. I do the regular copy paper. I have HP 32 copy paper, which is just a nicer copy paper. And then we've got Tomo River paper. And we're going to start with the copy paper. Looks like I might need to make more swatches soon. I cut these down to size just so we're not wasting as much paper. Okay, let's get this stirred up. And I do this because I want the shimmers to be evenly dispersed. You know, they tend to sink to the bottom. All right. And let's see, some scribbles. But yeah, this red was just kind of unusual compared to their other reds. I have some others from them that are like dark pinks or dark oranges, and those colors, of course, are all very nice, but I saw this and I thought, oh, that looks different. Okay, so you can see this is starting to dry right away. The shimmer is starting to come out, but we'll give that a second. And we'll work on the HP 32 paper next. I'll just stir that while I get the paper ready. Maybe save us some time. I also like the shape of this bottle for the theme. I think it matches a little bit better than a round bottle would have. So I think they did good choosing this bottle shape. They use, it looks like they're using it for all of their licensed products. Because I noticed the Lord of the Rings, well, actually not all of them, but the Lord of the Rings came in this shape. All the Superman inks came in this shape bottle. But the Harry Potter did not. They came in the flat round bottles. So maybe not. And just in case there is any shading, I'll draw some slow lines here. I don't typically do this on the normal copy paper because it doesn't usually show up anyway, so there we go. Give that a minute to dry, but that's just a really pretty, like, bold red, very nice. And then here's the Tomo River paper. And if there is any shading, it should come out and be noticeable on this paper. If I can get this paper out. Oh yeah, I gotta turn this stirrer back on. I am really glad that this stir plate thing, this idea worked, because this will save me a lot of time if I have to do a lot of writing and I don't want to keep mixing. But it's not super cute. So I know there is a cute solution, and I will show you that later on another video sometime. And this is Tomo River. I can't write either, I guess. All right, there we go. All right, let me clean this off. And we're gonna have to let that dry for a minute because where I put these scribbles, that ink really pooled on there. This ink felt really wet compared to other inks that I've used, and I don't know if that's my imagination or what, but it really was flowing very nice on the page. All right, we got that lid on there. I've already got it on my fingers. We gotta put it back in the box. I'm just stalling for time so that this stuff can dry. I'm gonna pause real quick, let these dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think everything is dry now, and these swatches, they came out beautifully. This ink is just beautiful. All right, so let's start with just plain old copy paper, and look at this. So not only there is no feathering, I don't see any shading, but honestly, it doesn't need it. And if there is shading, I'm just distracted by all the other pretty things about it. I don't know if you can tell, but especially in these swatches here, the shimmer is like I don't know, is that purple? What is that? Pink? I'm not sure. But it's a cool tone. So you've got this, I guess this would be a cool toned red. I'm not sure. But it's so pretty. And then this is the Tomo River. That's the wrong one. Where are we here? Here we go. HP 32. So again, no feathering or anything. I don't see any shading really. Very slight, just a tiny bit in the downstrokes maybe on the HP here. There's a little bit of shading on the downstrokes. So maybe there is some shading actually. But then you got this gorgeous shimmer here. Again, it's like a cool tone, and it's got that beautiful like shading around the edge of these splotches. And I really hope the camera is picking that up because this is so pretty in person. But then here's the copy paper again. Let's put this in order. Here we go. Tomo River. Okay, so yeah, and then on here, there definitely is shading. So the shading just pops right out. You've got shading in the writing, shading in these lines down here. And then up here on the splotches, you can see how it starts like red, and then it's definitely darker down here. And then that beautiful shimmer. And I just hope the camera is picking this up because in person, this is just beautiful. And this is such a lovely, lovely red. I'm so glad I got the bigger bottle. I really like the other Superman one as well, the lighter blue, the Frozen Fortress, I think it was called. The Frozen Fortress, I almost got a second bottle of that, but then I thought, as badly as I want two of those, I could really only get one more bottle. I needed to, you got a budget because it's real life and whatever. So I got this one instead, and I'm really glad that I did. I think if I had the money, I'd go back and get the Frozen Fortress as well, because I do want another bottle of that, because I think I'll be using both of these. Well, I try to use all my colors all the time, but those are some that I would want to always have on hand. So anyways, very, very pretty. Now, the swatch. Look how crazy this is. Isn't that pretty? Let me get the camera to focus on it. It's got this gorgeous shimmer that's like I don't know if that's purple or fuchsia or what that is. And then of course it's red, and then there's some sort of a sheen under there. I don't know. There's like a third color in there. I don't know if that's gold or what that is, but it's so pretty. And anyway, I thought this was a very unique color, and I'm glad I got it. So hopefully you like this. I'll leave a link for it down below where you can find it on their website. If there are any other colors or anything that you'd like to see me review, leave me a comment down below, and if I can get it, we will review it. Or you can leave any other comment. I'd love to read your comments and respond. I try to respond to everybody. And thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, and then you'll see more. And I'll see you all soon. You have a great day.